My mission is to inspire you to be the best you that you can be. Failure does not exist in a positive mind. Stay optimistic.
Greetings and peace be unto you. This is the Inspiration Show, episode 33, entitled Speed Cameras. I actually dealt with the subject before in a very earlier show. I don't even remember which episode. That's how far ago it was, but you can look back into it. It's entitled Somebody's Always Watching. That was the name of the show. Now, this one here is this speed cameras. So it's episode 33, speed cameras. And the reason why I'm doing this only on speed cameras, because most recently, just yesterday actually, Mario Cuomo, governor of New York. You see, I love New York. I'm New York down right now, but I'm going to tell you, it's getting harder to live here because they are doing things that just for no reason. It's like you squeezing blood out of a stone almost. It's like all of the politicians and all that, they all singing this stuff about giving you this for free, giving you that for free, whatever. I'm not even going to get into all that, but yet they want to take everything from the people that's already here. New York has become a place now that caters to tourists, which is nothing wrong with that. Come to New York. I have no problem with that. But my thing is, if you're gonna come here, I shouldn't have to be paying more than you to live here, as you're just coming here to visit. That's insane. But that's also something else right there. I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm dealing with speed cameras. So yesterday they passed a law that in school zones, which the speed limit I think is 15 or 25 right now. 25 on regular streets is about 25. School zones is about maybe like 15 to 20 or something like that. Well, you all know you shouldn't be speeding through no school zone anyway. You see a school, automatically you should be slowing down. You see that children that play sign or anything like that, slow down anyway. If you're doing more than 30 miles an hour on the street, where are you going anyway if you ain't got a daggone siren on top of your car? Like, come on. I see it all the time. What is messy? Oh, early morning. This is what happens to me. People are speeding too much. That's one thing. I do agree with the speed limits being brought down. What I don't agree with is having speed cameras. We're getting too wrapped up in the robotic and computer technology world. Let these lazy ass people, and I'm not really shooting at the actual traffic agents or officers because they do their jobs, but let them do their jobs. Pretty much these lazy officials, let the police, traffic agents, or whatever do their jobs. So you're gonna put all these computers up and all technology. So now, let's just say, for example, it's 2 a.m. and I'm driving past the school zone. There ain't no school in session. And now I get a ticket in the mail for going, I'm gonna be ridiculous in a way, 27 miles an hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Am I wrong? Yes, I am wrong. But is there school in session? No. Are they making the computers and cameras smart enough not to give you a ticket in the mail at that time? Maybe. I wouldn't put my money on it because they're in the business to make money. Point blank. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They want that money to add to the greed that's already going on in the city. And it may not just be New York. I live in New York, so this is what I know. Maybe Chicago, Detroit, LA, they may be doing the same things. But I don't see the reason to put even more cameras out. They're saying now they're going to put more cameras out to catch you speeding or whatever like that. And also on top of that, they're going to be going from 6 a.m. in the morning to 2 a.m. Or that's not 2 p.m. I think 2 a.m. is right. 2 a.m. So you're going to have these cameras set up at all times basically. Because it's going to be out at one of those times. You might be So hell, in between that time right there is rush hour. So you're gonna tell me now, rush hour, you know how people are during rush hour. You know how people are during the morning. I mean, like, you're on the highway 6 a.m., you would think you're in the Indy 500, Daytona 500 out there. Everybody is speeding. So to me, I wonder sometimes is, what does the state trooper, what does the highway patrolman actually look for when he's on the highway? Because, yeah, he may have had a little device to check your speed and something like that, but if everybody's speeding, how can he say, let me see this one? How does he do it? How does he do it? That's definitely not easy. It can't be. You can't tell me the technology he has in his car is good enough to say, well, there's a yellow Lamborghini speeding, let me get him. I'm gonna tell you a little bit how they do it without even leaking secrets or whatever, because I know somebody, you know, maybe has some law enforcement be mad at something, but I'll tell you, they don't always rely on those speed cameras. They don't always rely on those devices. They actually look to see who's standing out and drawing attention to themselves. That's one thing. The other thing is, I can't tell you what kind of color car to buy or whatever like that. Your color's your color. My favorite color is red. So I mean, if I'm out here on the highway with a red car, of course everybody's gonna remember that red car. But I have never actually owned it. I had a red car before, but not bright red, not fire red. It was like a candy apple red, and it wasn't like a car that was a fast car. It was a regular economy car. But I'm gonna tell you, you got a red Lamborghini, two things against you already. It's a Lamborghini, and also it's red. They're gonna focus on that. Same way, like when you're driving down the street or driving down the highway and you see that red Lamborghini next to you, you're like, oh, that's a nice car, red Lamborghini, wow. So you draw attention to yourself, sort of, and that's what they look for. Believe me, state troopers and highway patrol do look out for cars like that, because of the type of car it is and the color it is, definitely. So that's what they'll watch. It's not always that they only looking at whatever it says on that radar detector or whatever like that, because the radar detector is not going to say Lexus Coupe ES300 or whatever like that. It's not going to tell them that. I know it. I know the technology has not got that crazy now where it can actually tell you exactly what car that they're looking for, which exactly what car is speeding or whatever like that. I tell you guys, so like I said, especially in the morning, everybody's speeding. Around rush hour time, people are probably speeding too. I mean, there's traffic, but people are trying to get where they're going. They're not sitting here and Miss Daisy in it. So yeah, I think about it like that. So with all that said, be careful in these school zones. Very careful in these school zones. I don't know what the price is on a ticket if you get it, but anything that's not being returned to you, good measure, is definitely too much. So, in other words, if they ain't giving you the amount of price of money for that ticket to yourself, if you're not earning that money, if no one's giving you that money, then it's too much. I don't want to spend not even $1 to get to the city for nothing. You know, come on. The average ticket is probably about $50 or better. So speeding in the school zone is it might be like $100. Who knows? $80, something like that. Do you want to really be taking a chance of that? Giving up $80 for a ticket that's just something can be avoided? Just slow down. Just slow down. Slow down. Be cautious. Something I do that I've never really done before, that I do normally now. Every time when I'm sitting at a light, instead of just wasting idle time, like some people I notice at the light, when I look over, they're texting. Oh my God, why? Don't do that. Sometimes you might get right into that text so hard to the point that now light changes, you got people behind you honking you, and maybe you might just roll a little bit forward. Who knows what's gonna happen with that? Don't text and drive. It goes down the whole commandments, right? Don't text and drive, don't drink and drive, don't this, don't that, and that. But hopefully you know that already. But what I'm getting at right there is when I say the light now, I look around, I scan my area. When I say scan my area, I look at the lights, the light itself. That's where like they had high cameras at. There's always cameras like on top of a light. Sometimes you may see a little device. Look for something that's odd or out of the way. Something, little small device on top of the light itself, or sometimes off to the left or right, there might be a big pole with a big metal thing on there. And that's probably most likely a camera. I'm gonna tell you, it's 9 out of 10. It's probably a camera. And sometimes in the more sophisticated areas, you may not see that contraption with the big pole or even something on top of the light. The actual light itself may be a camera. And what it does is it'll look like a illumination, but not the regular red, green, yellow lights. It'll kind of like have a sort of a flash to it. So like when you're sitting there, it may like blink or something. It just does something weird. So you just gotta pay attention to it. I don't know exactly what it does, but I've encountered them, so I can tell you that when I notice that light doing something weird, I know something's going on. And you will too, hopefully. Now you look around for it. How the light cameras work. This is why you can't beat them. I mean, maybe you might find a way to beat the ticket, but I'm gonna tell you, it's almost foolproof. That yellow light that you like to skip through at the yield, because that's what yellow means, yield. That camera is already cheating on you. It starts taking a picture from the yellow light. So by the time it's red, you're dead. You're dead. If you went through that yellow light and you did not make your full vehicle through the light, even if it just catches a little bit, which actually, I'm going to tell you, I think when it's a yellow light, that's when they already taking the pictures. The camera's taking the pictures at the yellow light. So you can forget about it. So that means whether you successfully get through the red light or not, it's already got the pictures of you. So they already got you set up. So you won't get through it completely or whatever like that. It's going to catch you. I think that camera's constantly taking pictures. So the best way to defeat that yellow light come on, don't say, well, let me book it through the yellow light. Because like I said, that camera's taking pictures at the yellow light before the red. So you see yellow, just stop. Just give it up. Give it up. Maybe you might have lost, 3-4 seconds on their time wherever you're going, but it's worth it to not get that daggone $100, $80 ticket because you want to skip through that yellow light. Let it go. Just slow down, stop, wait for the daggone light to change. I know. You want to get where you going. I like to get where I'm going too, but I ain't about to get this city no money for nothing. Because if they ain't giving me nothing for nothing, why should I? You work hard for your money. I work hard for my money. I'm not about to give it away for free. Just because I live here in New York, I'm going to say, here, just give money out. And I'm going to give you a strange example. Or a strange analogy or whatever. Until they start walking around handing homeless people in the street $1,000 checks. I'm not saying that they should do this or whatever, but then I'm not going to turn around and go in my pocket and give the city of New York money because they want to have speed cameras. I'm not doing it. So I suggest slow down that yellow light. Take it easy. Wait for the green, just go, man. Like, you don't want that. I don't care if you're rich or you're poor. Nobody wants to give money up for just no reason. You know, this ain't charity. This ain't like I'm giving money to charity. This is pure political greed to make the city more money instead of them making it the right way. They want to take it on the people. This is what they do all the time, is take all the money from the people so that the people suffer. Because that's who suffers in the end. Ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump, all this other stuff people like to say all the time. This is greed from the city itself. The city itself. That's why the key thing is when you voting these guys in office, well, I mean, it really ain't nothing you could do as far as that. I would say that you gotta think wisely when you're voting people like Mario Cuomo, people like that in the office, Bill de Blasio. These guys are not for the interests of New York City. They are in the interest for themselves and political greed, political gain. It's up to you. I mean, I've heard that as a whole, when the votes were broken down, just saying Governor Cuomo, for example, the actual entire state and city did not approve him to become the governor. The votes came from mostly New York City votes. The state was actually where he didn't win big at. And I was like, that's kind of weird. But it tells you. It's like, almost like Cuomo should be the daggone mayor and not the governor, because the city seemed to love him more than the daggone state. When in all reality, he don't love you. He love that paper. That's what he loving. So it's up to you. You know, think about it when you support these politicians. They need to put term limits up, for one. That's the whole other thing. But I know I'm going off. But term limits need to be in effect. We don't need to see the same guy for 3 terms. That needs to stop immediately. Nobody anywhere should get 3 terms. If the United States wants kings, then we need to start acting the way the United Kingdom acts with kings and queens. Other than that, we have elected politicians that serve 2 terms, that serve 1 term actually, 2 terms possibly, but 3 terms never. That should not be. You start having a king and queen then. But, you know, but a lot of this mess is going on, makes me actually feel like Bloomberg was actually a better mayor. Even though I didn't care for him. But he did his stupid stuff. But a lot of things wasn't about greed. You know, more things were just set up to make things run better, but not greed. This is greed right here. We already have speed camera. I mean, forget the speed cameras. We already have speed limits posted. So why can't a traffic agent, and not even a traffic agent because they can't pull you over, I don't believe. Why can't the police just give you a ticket for speeding in the school zone? I mean, come on. So I know what the argument's going to be. Oh, they got too much other stuff going on, so they can't sit there and write tickets. That's true and it's false too at the same time. You know, yeah, they have plenty of stuff going on. They got plenty of stuff to do. But you can't tell me you have every police officer tasked at that time to do something. You have police that hang out in front of schools. You have police that hang out in little cuts or whatever areas that tag you for speeding. So those same officers can write tickets for speeding in the school zone if that's the problem. You know, but a speed camera to tag you with a big old ticket, nah, I don't agree with it. It's up to you. Anyways, been rambling on too much with this thing. I guess it got me real tight because I'm tired of all the technology that's not set up to help the people. It's set up to hurt the people. I'm just really getting tired of all that. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. And I'm out.